Can the Dodgers keep Miguel Rojas and Kiké Hernandez this offseason? The upcoming offseason for Andrew Friedman and the front office will be an interesting one. Coming off 2 straight World Series titles, with the goal to try and win a third in a row, the Los Angeles Dodgers will have to navigate a tightrope that necessitates keeping the veteran core together, while also getting younger and more athletic in the process. Max Muncy will be back for at least 1 more year. It remains to be seen what the status of other free agents will be. However, when analyzing the big picture, the 2 free agents with the most uncertainty come in the forms of Miguel Rojas and Kiké Hernandez. In short, it makes sense for only one of these veterans to come back this upcoming year. We'll break down who that player should ultimately be. The case for Hernandez. In terms of current players, only Jose Altuve has more postseason experience than Hernandez. The regular season version of the 34-year-old is wildly inconsistent, bordering on poor. In 2025, Hernandez hit .203 with 10 homers and a horrible .255 on-base percentage. Whether it be a lack of concentration or some other circumstance, the Puerto Rican utility man struggles in any month not called October. The postseason version of Hernandez is well documented. He has a career .826 OPS in playoff games. Hernandez has come up with timely hit after timely hit for this ball club. Defensively, as we saw during this postseason, Hernandez has a flair for the dramatic. He can play all over the field and can do so at an above-average level. The whole Kicktober moniker is a real thing. Few players within this group are as trusted as Hernandez. The value he brings as a chemistry guy in the clubhouse is also significant. The case for Rojas. Rojas has an elite glove, and there's inherent value in having a guy to vacuum up ground balls, given that other options, such as Tommy Edman, have a hard time staying healthy. The Venezuelan veteran is also one of the most respected players in the clubhouse. He's often seen giving speeches to the team, and has relished the responsibility in being a de facto coach on the field. Rojas wants to be a manager one day, and his team-first attitude is commendable and infectious. He wants to play 1 more season before retiring. Rojas won't cost much to bring back, and he's proven that he can function in any role the team asks. As we saw in the 2025 World Series, Rojas can impact the game offensively and defensively at a very high level. The youngsters. For either Hernandez and / or Rojas, 2 youngsters potentially stand in the way of a return to the team. These players are Hyesung Kim and Alex Freeland. Kim got off to a slow start in the minor leagues before bursting onto the scene. His speed and defensive versatility is considerable. As the year progressed, Kim saw his involvement dwindle. He's going to have to continue to work on his bat, and there are questions as to whether he's good enough to potentially be an everyday player. Freeland has long been one of the team's most promising prospects. Like Kim, he can play all over the diamond defensively with good agility and a very strong arm. Freeland got a taste of big league action and held his own. The ceiling is there to be a regular. At the very least, he's an aggressive, hard-nosed player that brings real energy. To better balance the bench, having Kim and Freeland, both lefties, is something that the team didn't have last season in the playoffs. Above all else, this team needs to get younger. Kim, 26, and Freeland, 24, bring the quickness, athleticism, and energy that Hernandez, 34, and Rojas, soon to be 37, don't necessarily have. Final verdict. Versatility is the name of the game for the Dodgers. Hernandez is not only a younger and more athletic player compared to Rojas, but he's also able to adequately play in the infield and the outfield. The postseason profile, being one of the most prolific playoff performers in this generation, is something that has to be taken into consideration. With Kim, Freeland, and presumably a healthy Edman, there could be more opportunities in the outfield, something that favors Hernandez in this scenario. For as impactful of a leader as Rojas is, this won't be the first time the Dodgers could move on from someone of this ilk. Chris Taylor, Austin Barnes, and Justin Turner were all in similar boats, with longer track records, and all ultimately were respectfully jettisoned from the organization. While Rojas surely would want to run it back in a three-peat capacity, it may be best if he goes out on top and retires off the back of one of the most historic performances in Los Angeles Dodgers history.